You reach for the scissors. They cut crooked. The can opener fights you. The notebook spiral digs into your wrist. If you are left-handed, the modern world was not built for your hand. About 10% of people alive today are left-handed. And almost every tool, every desk, every door handle assumes you are not one of them. So here's the strange part. If left-handedness is such an inconvenience, why did evolution keep it around at all? Because for most of human history, that hand was not a disadvantage. In the right moment, it was a weapon. Let me show you why. Think about what happens when two people fight up close. No guns, no spears thrown from a distance, just bodies, fists, clubs, and stone. Most of the people you have ever fought, watched, or trained against were right-handed. Your brain learned their angles. The blow comes from one predictable side. Now imagine your opponent suddenly attacks from the wrong side. The mirror side. Your trained reflexes guess wrong. That tiny hesitation is everything. This is the core of what scientists call the fighting hypothesis. A French evolutionary biologist named Michel Raymond proposed it in the 1990s. The idea is simple. Left-handers win more close fights because they are rare, and rare is hard to prepare for. Notice the catch. The advantage only works because left-handers stay uncommon. If half the world threw left, the surprise would vanish. The trait protects itself by staying scarce. But an idea is just an idea. Did it actually show up in human blood and bone? Raymond teamed up with another researcher, Charlotte Forey. In 2005, they did something clever. They looked at traditional societies around the world. Small-scale communities, some peaceful, some violent. Then they compared two numbers. How often people killed each other, and how many people were left-handed. The pattern was striking. The more violent the society, the more left-handers it had. In the most peaceful groups, left-handers were rare, sometimes only 3%. In the most violent groups, the number climbed past 20%. Think about that. Where fighting was common, the left hand thrived. That is not a story about clumsy people struggling with scissors. That is a story about survival. In a world of close combat, the southpaw walked into every fight with a hidden edge. Now let me drop you into one of those moments. It is dawn. Cold ground under your bare feet. Your village and theirs have a debt of blood, and today it gets settled in the open. You step forward holding a wooden club. The man across from you has fought a dozen times. He is fast. He is confident. But every fighter he has ever faced led with the right. You lead with the left. He reads your shoulders and sets his guard the way that has always worked. And it is mirrored. It is backwards. Your strike arrives from the side his body never learned to protect. His block is a fraction too slow. That fraction is the whole fight. You did not win because you were stronger. You won because you were unexpected. That advantage was not random. It was wired into the structure of human conflict itself. If you are getting something out of this, take 1 second to subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel keep going. So why did the trait not simply take over everything? If lefties win fights, why are righties still the vast majority? Here comes the twist. Researchers Daniel Abrams and Mark Panaggio built a mathematical model of this in 2012. And they found that handedness sits on a tug-of-war between two forces. One force is competition, fighting, dueling, rivalry. That force rewards being different. It pushes the number of left-handers up. The other force is cooperation, sharing tools, working side by side, passing objects hand to hand. That force rewards being the same. It pushes the number down. Most of human life is cooperation, not combat. We farm together, we build together, we hand each other things. A world of shared tools runs smoother when most hands match. So the population settled into a balance, enough left-handers to keep the fighting advantage alive, not so many that it broke the cooperation everyone depended on, around 10%. The exact number we still see today. That is not an accident, that is two ancient pressures meeting in the middle. And here is the proof that the fighting edge never fully disappeared. It just moved. A sports scientist named Florian Loeffing studied elite athletes in 2017. He found left-handers are wildly overrepresented in fast interactive sports. Baseball pitching, fencing, table tennis, boxing. The faster the duel, the more lefties dominate. In the sports, where you have almost no time to react, the surprise of the wrong-handed opponent still wins. The battlefield turned into the arena. The advantage came along for the ride. So now, look back at your own hand. The world told you that you were the awkward one, the one fumbling with the scissors, the one smearing ink across the page. For centuries in many cultures, left was treated as sinister, even shameful. But your hand is not a mistake. It is the echo of an old strategy, a body built to surprise, a trait that humanity kept on purpose across thousands of generations of close combat, because being unexpected kept your ancestors alive. The reason you struggle with the can opener is not that something is wrong with you, it is that the modern world standardized everything for the majority hand and forgot the ancient reason the other hand ever existed. You are not broken. The world changed. It built its tools for the common grip and left you to adapt. But the thing that makes you the exception is the same thing that once made you dangerous. So the next time the scissors cut crooked, remember what that hand was really for. If you want to keep going, watch my video on why the ADHD brain was built to lead the hunt long before any classroom existed. It is the same idea, a trait the modern world calls a flaw that the ancient world called an advantage. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.